Welcome to the Kas Show with Chris Ryan. I'm your host, Kas Show.
And I'm Chris Ryan.
Joining us today is friend of the show, former UF baseball player, GoPro owner. Ryan Harris is joining us today. What's up, Ryan?
How's it going, guys? How's it going? Great to be here.
Good to have you. All right, before we get to Ryan, before we get to football, I just want to answer the post from last week. You guys voted at Kas Podcast on Twitter. Did Jerry Jones look directly into the camera and make the Jim face from The Office? 89% of you said yes.
That's a yes. That's an overwhelming yes.
That's a win for the show. It's a win for the show.
That is a win.
And then you wanted to brag about Andy Dalton.
Yeah, we're going to lead off the show talking about our fantasy sleepers from last week. Dalton was fantastic, just like I said.
Yeah, you were.
Thanks, Andy Dalton.
Thanks, guys.
Threw for almost 300 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Browns. He was fantastic. No doubt about it. I proceeded to immediately drop him Tuesday morning after I picked up my W.
And since Ben Watson
Smart man,
was,
trust him. Smart man. He knows what he's talking about.
And since Ben Watson was hobbled and the Ravens kind of suck and I don't really trust them, I picked up Charles Clay, still available in about 20% of ESPN leagues. He's the lead receiver on the Bills, and they don't suck. So
The Bills are good this year.
Bills are good this year. Don't have anyone on Baltimore.
Bills Mafia. Go Bills.
I would recommend picking up Jared Goff for good.
Oh, wait. The fantasy sound. Are we ready? Blueberries!
Jared Goff was absolutely terrible last year for the Rams, but Sean McVay has opened up that offense to reach new heights. He's still available in about 80% of leagues. He's thrown for 547 yards and 5 touchdowns the last 2 weeks on the road combined. So, strongly recommend Goff going
Dude
forward.
knows what's up.
With Dalvin Cook's injured, I'm going to be looking at Latavius Murray this week.
Latavius.
Cooks had 74 carries and 16 targets through 4 games, and I see Murray taking over some of this load. Really good in Oakland last year. I think he's a back that could really help out this injured Vikings squad. I think a lot of people also like Alvin Kamara and Aaron Jones, but I think the Vikings run more and have a better O-line than the Saints and Green Bay, respectively.
May not be a sleeper pick, but still available in about 30% of ESPN leagues. Deshaun Watson. Dude is fantastic. Dude is for real. He balled out and threw 4 touchdowns against the Titans, who didn't really have a terrible defense going on into that game. I wouldn't start him this week against the stout Chiefs defense in primetime, but pick him up now, save him for the following week, use him going forward. Dude's for real.
My streaming D for this week are the Bills, who are available in a whopping 75% of leagues, and they're going against a weak Cincinnati. Sorry, Andy Dalton. I don't think he could do it again.
No, he's not going to do it again. There was a one-trick pony against the Browns.
Speaking of Deshaun Watson, which was Chris Ryan's pick, if you owned the entire Houston roster in fantasy football this week, you would have netted 140 points. Those players are Deshaun Watson, Lamar Miller, Donta Foreman, Will Fuller, Bruce Ellington, Steven Anderson, their defense, and their kicker. Houston went on route to beat the Titans 57-14, and Deshaun Watson is for real.
Deshaun Watson's amazing. I don't know how.
He is
I don't know how
the
11.
realest of the realest.
I don't know how 11 teams slept on him.
First year. Don't sleep. Don't sleep.
I'm so glad he's not on the Browns.
Don't sleep. No sleepers.
So glad.
No sleeping.
Marcus Mariota left the game with an injury, but he ran in for 2 touchdowns and should be able to play against the Dolphins. Look out, Mariota.
Hawaii.
Coming for you.
He's gonna get laid. Yeah, little flowers on the neck. Disclaimer.
I think that the
LA.
podcast has been on for over 4 minutes, and you haven't spoken about the Patriots yet, so you have to.
I'm itching.
It's
I'm scratching.
for you to talk
I'm
about
going
the
through
Patriots.
New England withdrawals. We're gonna talk about them,
Are you a Pats fan?
but in the negative.
You're down a TV12 guy. Tom Brady, number 12. You know.
Are you familiar with your franchise quarterback?
Tom Brady's balling out. He's leading the league, and I think he's leading in touchdowns. And
Does he have one for every hand?
He's got one for every hand. Finger.
Every finger. Yeah, no thumbs. No thumbs. We're not a thumb group here. No thumbs.
Tom Brady's balling out, but
I like my thumbs.
the defense is on pace to be the worst in NFL history. Worse than the 2012 Saints. Remember how bad they were.
Offense doesn't win games, though, guys. Offense does not win games.
I have faith that
They have a winning record.
I have faith that Bill can right the ship against the Bucks. But if they lose, they'll be 2-3 through 5 games in a season where that was supposed to end in a 19-0 coronation, and I would be very, very worried. But If they go 3-2, not time to worry yet.
Anybody wake up at 9 a.m. and watch that Dolphins game?
I did not.
We're out here.
We out here.
2 out of 3,
Go Fins,
66%.
go Fins.
Yes, yes.
Had my tea and crumpets and watched some
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Watch Jay Cutler put his hands on
Dolphins
his
put on a show. They put on a show for those English people.
Dolphins
Let
had
them
the
know.
worst game in London history. Not only did they not score through a half, which has never happened in London, but they didn't score through 2 halves.
That's
the whole game.
Look,
You're
you're
missing the point. The point is the Dolphins did their job. They were ambassadors of the NFL. The NFL does not want to be in England ever. They want to make sure nobody's ever a fan, so they send the Dolphins and the Jaguars.
This is how the Dolphins
Make sure
protest.
Dolphins
They don't
sweat.
take a knee. They just play terrible football.
Secret
You know?
tip.
Oh no, they actually did take a knee too.
The
so-
first drive was
That's
amazing.
Dolphins fans,
The
come on,
communication
like,
systems
yeah.
were down. Cutler was getting it. JHI is from London, had a homecoming, but he couldn't make it happen.
Did they play the national anthem for that game?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I didn't wake up.
Actually, they did mention in the broadcast that people kneeled, so I didn't watch the beginning. I watched about, I don't know, about 12 minutes left in the first quarter, so right in the beginning.
Oh, you missed.
But they did bring it back up, so I'm well informed from the announcers, so I didn't even think about it. But now I'm thinking about it.
Bringing back up.
Announcers, do your job.
Bringing back up the Bills. Atlanta lost to the Bills, 23-17, and Matt Ryan looked normal. Didn't look like the former MVP. Julio got injured, Sanu got injured, and all Ryan had was little Austin Hooper.
But I
Austin
guarantee you
Hooper's
that punter
number one
looked
hater.
Great. Those Falcon punter, Matt Bosher, shout out. It's a fucking
Shout out.
man. Homeboy from back home, Jupiter, Florida. He's the best punter in the league. I hope they won that game. Did they win? Did they win that game?
Who?
The Falcons.
No, we just said that.
Falcons, man. Tough loss.
Harry, what has Austin
We
Hooper
can
ever
edit
done
that
to
part
you?
out. Let's edit that part out.
What has Hooper ever done for the Falcons?
He caught a
is the
touchdown.
real
Excuse me,
question.
Hooper drives the boat.
He
You
caught
ever
a
seen the movie
touchdown
before?
in the Super Bowl.
Hooper drives the boat. You ever seen Jaws? That's what he does to the team. He kills a giant shark, okay?
Following, I have to
Top.
talk about the worst football game I've ever seen in my life between the Jets and the Jaguars. Roger Goodell at the beginning of the season made the overtime period shorter for this game.
You know what else game he made it for?
Jaguars. Jaguars. I drink your beer because it's cheap because nobody else wants it. You suck.
Ryan Harris with the only beer in my refrigerator.
In the same week, a
That
short...
says something there. College refrigerator, 1 beer left, it's a Jags beer. You tell me. It's like seeing what kind of water sells in a hurricane. Just saying.
In the same week, a shortened overtime period saved us from watching more of the Cardinals and the 49ers play each
Wait,
other.
really quick. Have the Jets and the Pats ever had the same record through 4 games?
Holy
Like in the
wow.
Belichick era?
In the
ever?
Brady era?
No, they have not. Jets on the come up. What's good?
Maybe 2010.
I
Maybe
just-
2010, I'm not sure.
Isn't that great?
Oh,
I
we'll
hate the
Google it,
Pats
we'll
more,
Google it.
like so much that I'm
Yeah,
like,
Google
the
that.
Jets are fine.
You gotta Google guy.
How's Jay Cutler doing?
Ah, he's killing it. He cares a lot. He cares a whole lot. If you've ever seen a professional athlete care as much as Jay Cutler, let me know.
I forgot, Harry. I was going to look that up, and then I realized my
281
Wi-Fi isn't
330
working in the house.
8004. Hit me up. Let me know. Does anybody care as much as Jay?
Put it on the poll. Does anyone care as much as Jay Cutler?
281-330-8004. Call my phone number.
I think that wraps
Finally-
up the football talk.
Finally-
No.
know
I
that
have to
number.
talk about this Chiefs game because the Chiefs were amazing. They're still the most exciting team in football.
Bandwagon.
They beat, without a doubt. Because I'm not going to root for the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl, but I'm like, not the Pats. Not the Pats.
whoa. Dolphins will win a Super Bowl.
Not this year.
In
Not
the next
this
millennium.
year.
In the next millennium. We're good.
But no, the Chiefs just look so good, and I'm pretty sure Alex Smith is yet to throw a pick. Kelsey's dope. Hill is dope.
TV time.
Hunt is dope. In conclusion, they're gonna lose in the first round of the playoffs,
They're going to get a bye week, and then they're going to lose.
and then
in the
they're gonna
division.
lose in the first round.
At
the
Arrowhead.
Patriots, the first round of the playoffs, the Patriots are just going to win. Whether they're good or bad, or their defense is great or not, they're just going to win.
Patriots.
It's always back to
I'm
the
not a Pats
Patriots.
fan.
It always
Pats
leads
fan.
back to the Patriots.
I'm not a Pats fan, but I kind of, they're fun
He
to
knows
watch.
what's coming. Smart
They're
man.
fun to watch, and they like to win, And Tom Brady, can't cuss on this broadcast, right? Makes
It's frowned upon.
In baseball news, Aaron Judge is gonna hit 100 home runs, confirmed.
Fact,
without a doubt.
No doubt.
Probably by next week.
All right.
Counting batting practice, probably by tomorrow. So if you're watching his BP, count it for me. Let me know, because they're gonna go far. Most exciting man in baseball right now because he looks like he takes steroids, but he might just be a genetic freak. So he's best of both worlds.
You guys have World Series
That's
picks?
fucking
I'm not sure if they're going to be serious or not with theirs. but I really wish we were doing this podcast tomorrow, so I might not look like a complete idiot. But I'm gonna go.
Because you're betting one of the wild card teams. You can't do that.
I'm gonna pick the Indians from the American League. I don't see anyone getting past them.
You can't take 2 bets. You have one. World Series who plays. Gotcha.
Over the Rockies,
my bad.
who play in tonight's wild card game. Go Rockies on the road in 5 games.
And I don't want to look like an idiot.
Can we make an absurd bet just of how like
An absurd bet? I'm ready. Twins. $10,000 on the Twins that have already lost.
They're gonna come back.
This was filmed evidently the day before the Twins played. Disclaimer: it wasn't.
It was not, without a doubt. No,
But,
Twins have
yeah,
lost.
he watched a lot of baseball, so fun fact. I got the Windians being the Windians, playing probably the Windians because I don't know who's on the other side of that bracket on top of my head.
All that matters is Windians.
And I say that because I want to see Cleveland, win and then tell LeBron to get out of town. Because they don't need him. I don't like
The
LeBron.
Indians will take over Cleveland.
I'm not a LeBron guy.
It's a soft
LeBaron.
transition
Sorry,
here.
LeBaron. Disclaimer, I call him LeBaron. Not that I'm any significant to him. He's
All right,
out of my league.
and then it would be absolutely
Baron.
crazy to have on a former UF baseball player, not even ask him one question about UF baseball. So I just
nobody
want,
knows anything about it.
I want one good Omaha story. If you can give one good Omaha story to the viewers at home.
Oh man. So Omaha was pretty cool. So we're gonna keep this PG for the fans. No, Omaha was tight because you go and get treated like you're like some type of like living legend. Doesn't matter what team you play for. And when I went, Stony Brook was a Cinderella. So like that was pretty cool. They were asking us. We're sitting doing like signatures and whatnot, doing signing autographs for fans. And they're going down the line, and all the people from Omaha are asking us like. Questions and like questionnaires, and they're filling out their information. So when you go on the game, and they're like, so and so hit a home run. Oh, do we have any information like media stuff? And they're like asking us all these questions. So when you watch sporting events, oh yeah, like we were interviewing them earlier, like this and that. So they were doing that. And Stony Brook's a big Cinderella, and they keep going down the line. And I'm sitting next to the guy you don't want to ask this question to, and I'm gonna keep it anonymous. Keep it anonymous. Great moment though. And we're just sitting talking. Do you guys know where Stony Brook is? And I hear this like 3 or 4 steps down. And he's sitting next to me, and this is 3 or 4 steps before him. And they're like, oh no, like, I don't know, like, I don't know. Like, oh, it's like, it's New York. Like, Long Island? Long Island, Staten Island? It's in New York. It's the point, it's in New York.
So you joking about how no one knows where this is and you don't know where it is?
Disclaimer, this is 2012. This is, what year is this? 2017? I don't know. But so the point of the story is to get down the line, closer and closer. I'm like, all right, this is where it is. I know the answer. Like, I'm not going to look like the guy who doesn't know. Well, right before me is a guy you don't want to ask. What does he say? Who cares? That's what he responds with. And this isn't to our media guy. This is to the Omaha media people. He responds with, disclaimer, who cares is probably the nicer way to say that. But he's,
we all know
pretty funny. Who cares? It's, all of a sudden, immediately, you see our media guy who, I forget to edit this out. I don't know if I can say that. Come running down the line and be like, oh, no, don't say that. It's actually, it's in New York. It's here. Sorry, don't put that there. Gosh, oh my, I gotta keep it PG for the kids. But I mean, we must have laughed on that line for. It was all innocent fun, He's not yelling or telling this that, and the other. We're 2 and out, so they went further than we did. But yeah, Omaha. You get treated like a king. You get to meet Nomar Garciaparra. His nose is actually bigger in person.
Hard to believe.
And he cannot be any nicer of a guy. It kind of makes me upset that I can't make fun of him because he's the nicest guy ever.
So Ryan,
he's told some good stories.
Ryan, you were involved in the Florida State baseball fight years ago.
Brawl.
All that brawl.
Yeah, you gotta be a real Gator fan to know that. Okay, disclaimer, I told them about it. Yeah, that was fun, man. It was fun because we got to be at ESPN later that day, and we won the game.
That was always good.
We won the game. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to finish the game as the relief pitcher in a game where the bench is cleared, and it was, for college crowd, it was like 12,000 people or so, something like that, big college crowd. And that day it happened to be like 60% Florida State fans. So
That's not good.
if whoever told you momentum wasn't a thing, I get the first-hand experience. Not playoff, not World Series, but like college fans are pretty, the energy is like playoff atmosphere when they're fighting each other and they're yelling and screaming and the teams are going back and forth. And we just dealt with the Heisman winner, the former Heisman winner from Florida State who also played baseball, whose name can be anonymous. That's fine. We don't need to name
He
people,
may or
but
may not have stolen crab legs.
He may or may not play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No,
He doesn't.
But he was on the baseball team, and no knock on him here. He's supporting his team, but the bench is clear in a situation that Florida State's batter was kind of not all that nice of a guy and kind of went out of his way to plow our pitcher. Bench is clear. I happened to be sitting in the bullpen, and bullpen of the field is real close, and Jameis is running into the dugout. Big team guy. Always, real rah-rah first team football guy. I respect that football guy. He's there for his boys. So who's the first one out for a fight? Boom, Jameis. Who's the first one out of the bullpen for the things to clear? Obviously, it's a baseball fight. We're not actually going to do anything. We're just push each other around, do a whole baseball thing, and then walk away, right?
Put on a show.
Well, Jameis is a football guy, and I think he's just reacting on emotion. He's a big dude. First thing I see is he grabs my jersey, tries to rip it down. Big baseball guy. I think realistically he's a little overreacting. No knock towards Jameis here. Reaches back, and my first reaction.
An anonymous FSU.
I'm not a big FSU fan bias, but the first thing I see him reaching back to try to just knock me down, and I'm like. He's like 6'5", 240, and that doesn't mean anything until you see it in person on paper. That's numbers. You see it in person, I'm 6'. Power to you. I'll let you do what you want.
All right, sweet. Sorry we cut out there. You were telling us about how much you love Jameis Winston.
He's cool dude.
No qualms.
Yeah, he supports his team real well, and I supported my team well, and then nothing came out of it because it was a baseball bench clear. But pitching after that was really tough, so thanks, James. Actually, fun fact, I get to meet James, well, not meet, we played, saw Jameis Winston and Johnny Manziel in the same week. Alright, after they both won their Heismans.
Are you going to a
college football legend?
Oh, man, that would have been cool to go look at that. Got in a lot of trouble, man. Stole some crab legs, threw some money, maybe shot some bottle rockets out of my mouth. I'm a big JFF fan, I was.
Maybe do some
coke. Until he had his imploding. I really thought he was just going to pull it together and be like a normal, Doug Flutie, and be like, yeah, I get it, you can't party anymore.
Off the rails.
I'd still party with him now, but dude, come on, man. I want to see you be like a little Doug Flutie. He's not a very big person in person. When you see him, it's that was the guy.
That's the dude.
That was the guy. I've seen less impressive people in the morning when I go to the bathroom. Not to knock on him, but that was the whole point of him.
There are some pretty impressive people in the bathroom.
That's why I like Johnny Football, man. This could be the post show if you want. Call it the post show. I wanted to be Johnny Football fan. I wanted to.
This has been the Kas Show with Chris Ryan. If you like the show, go to Kas Podcast. It's our Twitter page, KASPODCAST. Keep up with the polls. Listen to the show. Ryan, would you like to plug yourself?
Plug myself? No, I don't want to plug myself. That's not sexual. Don't say that. Edit that out. Edit that part out. Hit play that.
We're done.